This looks about right. Looks like it's working. Okay, we're here late. Or maybe we're just on time. What's Barry been up to? He's made his blitz, and he 1-9 the blitz, unfortunately, so he's now instantly marked. But Barry and the lads have gotten the ball. They've also got a wizard. Let's have a look at the inducements page. Keg wizard. Keg wizard looks to be the situation. And they've got the ball. So a pretty good start for the lads. And I need to fix my OBS because Dr. Hef is not here. Where are we, Doctor? Get ready. Bang. Right, just got here in time. The aerium that I was playing just finished, and we're here. Fireball. I don't think we're fireballing on turn 1, are we, Barry? Lewisham? Maybe Lewisham's trying to figure out how the wizard UI works. That might be the case, you know. Maybe he doesn't realize that you need to say that you're not wizarding at the end of your turn, at the end of every turn, in order for it to work. Where are we? Twitch chat. Self, get my phone up. Right, we've got a stream. It's a bit scuffed. And it is going to be a bashy match. It's going to be painful. Lewisham? Are we okay here? Or have I backed out? I'm going to let it... The animations are going. So, I assume he's trying to figure out how to not wizard. Or maybe he's accidentally said he wants to fireball. I have no idea, you know. No idea at all. They figured it out, and they passed the turn without using the wizard. Excellent stuff. Hey, Perfect Justice. Have you caught up? I don't want to... Actually, I won't talk about it. Spoiler window. Shame you wouldn't be here this morning. It was a fun game to watch. But I guess you're in chat now, so keeping me company at the very least. As the Orcs get back up, and these are fresh Orcs somehow. Been a very good season for them. And we're going to watch the family of one Martin Cruel going up against some Chaos Boys here. Star player, of course, the 5-2, 3+, 5+ Orc lineman. Orcs win. GG, thanks for showing up, everybody. Alright, cheers, Michaels. I'll go back to playing League then. No. Will they be able to punch Barry here? Because they do get a block. Although I suspect they'll take on the blocker. No, they are going to get all the guard in, so the team captain is taking an early 2-dice shot and gets knocked down with Mighty Blow. And they've not made it to armor 10+ yet, so maybe something happens here. Not to be. G-Man Fresh's most popular player does not get removed straight away. And is getting ushered towards the sideline and into a frenzy trap, it has to be said. Another knockdown. And this is a very nice little setup for Orcs. God, there's a lot of guard on the pitch for the Orc team here. No breaks, which is a nice consolation for the for Barry and the lads, but you can't really split up Barry this turn. And when you can't do that, this team suddenly runs out of things to do pretty quickly. So a very strong turn 1 here from the Orcs. Yeah, welcome to Wizard Town. 6-man fireballs galore, I suspect. See how long Lewisham can maintain his discipline. Adding extra guard? We're adding in all the guard. I think this guy will stand here and we're going to risk the wrath of the frenzy trap. But I don't think that's a good idea, unfortunately. And what will now happen, I suspect, is that all the guards will just hit the floor next turn. And yeah, I think Lewisham... Well, I don't know about that guy going there. Ah, and he's rolled a 1. Why couldn't he do this against me? Barry rolls a 1. So it's basically a pass turn for the Chaos here with more punching to do for the Orcs. At least 5 blocks. What's with this don't be addicting? I think that's Rebel's rule number 1, right? Oh god, I wrote the like welcome to Twitch chat message like 3 years ago, if that's what you're thinking of. This one we just want blood, regardless of whose it is. Well, I suspect you're going to get some, because there's an all-star fowler and all-star killer on opposite teams, Michaels, so in a load of armor 8 plus pieces to punch, for the Orcs at least. I also want something a bit more chill, so I don't have to yell as much, you know, because it looks like it's going to be a long playoffs, so I'm going to have to make sure my voice is maintained. Frenzy? Well, no, not Frenzy, we just get more punches. And unfortunately for the Orcs, it's a lot of push skull, so the basing up and then doing nothing with it has not been punished particularly. But we do get a nice troll 3-die hit, which we decline for now. We will try with the Blitzer. When that doesn't work, I suspect Hedvig is going to lay in some pain here onto the only tackle on the team, I'm pretty sure. That Bazik sure is handsome. Alright, you got the boys flirting in the chat. Going for the Donald Trump and Bill Clinton style bromance there, I see, boys. Just keep it PG-13. And we're going to keep trying to punt. No, we're not. We've had enough. We've decided, look, we got 2 blocks on you. The beast, the troll went stupid at the sight of you. We're just going to chill out. 14th Orc is not fancying their chances. Surely you just go left. I agree. Yeah, you can just go left here. But we want to foul Barry with a max run up, and I can definitely get behind that. In comes the boot. Only a stun. And if you've tossed the drive for a foul and the foul is a stun, no send off, you probably feel a bit sad if you're Master and Cruel. Anyway, away go the Beastmen. I think, yeah, I think Cruel kind of got a bit carried away in the blocks there and ended up activating all his pieces trying to punch stuff. And then he got to the end of his turn and was like, well, I can't not foul, it's 4 assists, and now he's lost the drive. Classic Orc coach. No brains, all punching. I mean that in the nicest possible way, of course. Anyway, here comes the Blitz. We'll take a punch on the roll. 1 rookie piece left on this team, it feels like. And another push go. So Nuffle clearly heard Michael's asking for blood and has decided to spite him and offer us just a good old positional game of Blood Bowl. Definitely we're marking up Solveig because I guess we're worried about the Black Orc Blitz underneath through the cage. But yeah, these guys have both played in G-Man Fresh. The Black Orcs came 4th and the Chaos came 2nd. The winner played earlier today. I don't know when I'm playing yet. I suspect it'll be very early in the morning at some point next week. I think we've got a couple games tomorrow as well. It'll tick over the weekend. And then the playoffs will start proper. 32 matches. God knows how they're all going to get covered. If today's anything to go by, I'm going to be mute soon. But we settle in here, get some. Try and run back now. I mean, Roggenhilde can get in the neighborhood. That's what I'm trying to say. But that's it really. Everyone else is stuck in this wide zone. The Blitzers are body blocked away by the Black Orcs, so this is going to be difficult. They might just give up on the drive and kill this piece and then win 2-1 because so much. Yeah, so I thought this would happen. Martin Cruel's like, I don't really mind them scoring. I do mind this Minotaur existing, so we're gonna get rid of him. And you can have your touchdown, but you won't get another one, I think is the logic. I hope we still take our Mighty Blow shot. say that as he moves the Mighty Blow Blitzer away. I'm hoping Daddy Cruel steps up and punches something. Because he's movement 5, he can punch the Beastman even, and more pushes on the menu for us here. We then get a nice extra punch. Although I suspect we might even foul first here. We can get even more assists. We probably should get these assists. If we are committing to this, we should really go in with everything. And I guess he's worried about the surf coming, like just dodging off into surfing. Anyway, a token safety and another 4 assist foul is what Martin Cruel's decided to go for. It breaks. And another step. Takes more than that to get rid of Barry the Minotaur. Yeah. I don't think it's surfable. We've kept these squares empty to negate the surf, and we're going to drop a second blitzer. We had a good go. Minotaur didn't die. And let's make sure we don't get perfectly stalled out. Let's see if we have some avenue for a 2-1 grind. At least in regulation. And here's the break. In hot pink. Down goes the Agi bust. Passing bust even. See, I see the ball. I instinctively think of agility instead of passing. Still. Yes, Warrior's warming up. I wonder who they might hand off to Hughes here. They want to, you know, develop the team better. Instead, they will just walk it on down. Nice quick turns so far. The hardest part, well, once we figured out how the wizard worked, it's been nice and quick. And we throw a red die. Nice red die. Yeah, onto a troll. And away they go. Less Mighty Blow hits, taking the better. And a red die, a 1-die power as well. A cheeky 1-die power. Those are the most dangerous ones. Melky versus Milan. Melky wins that round. And we do try and run away. Oh, wow. What a sequence there. 4-4-3. And that is surfable now. Unfortunately for Lewisham, that is now surfable. Because it's moved away. So I think we're going to continue punching ball relevant pieces, so I suspect Lacrosse is going to get away with this. Or will Ragenhild all the way back? Rushes if he wants to blitz with him. Trying to maximize a few blocks. Yeah, perfect. I do think it'll be a 2-1 attempt by Martin Cruel, but it's already turned 4 and there's no serious pressure at the moment. Although this might be good. This is definitely stopping options because it limits you to 5 pieces to work with. One of them stuck on the troll. And eventually these blitzers will work through it. We get a break. And that's just done. No removals yet. Both teams still got the full complement. The assist count on this foul is slowly decreasing. Not that that'll stop Mommy Murder from trying their best. But I suspect we'll now foul before activating these 3 others. Is this good enough to threaten to force Lewisham to score? Here he's out. Another break. Hey, we get him this time. That's a serious injury on Barry the Minotaur. If Lewisham wins this, he gets an MNG clear, but he's power approing because this is what the team is all about. Oh god, he looked very dead behind the eyes there, Barry, but he gets away with it, no injury. They'll be back for the next drive. Apo gone. Mommy Murder's gotten the save out the way. They just need to come back and finish the job in the second half. Well, hell, maybe he's still in the first half if he's got time. If she's got time. Now there's a lot of walk. I think Lewisham will probably try and get one more turn out of it here. I think 3 turns is enough to defend with. And I think you can get it fairly cheaply. In the sense that you've already got, you know, ball 1, 2, 3. Feels like a lack of chaos pieces, or they've only got rid of 1. I think it's because these guys have just been stuck and stunned and like KSI removed from the drive. And yet we will just cage it up. Cage it in. Bring in the guard and try and punch our way back into this one. We got another push though. And now that's a much better position for the Chaos and the Orcs. Perfect guard situation. Kazrak's the only real piece left to activate. Although I suspect we'll instead, yeah, we will blitz probably with purple boots to get them closer. Oh, we have to blitz something. Here we go. Big 6. 14th Orc. Armor 10 plus, so they ain't going anywhere. No one's going anywhere. That was a natural 3. On the armor. And we will mark the mighty blow. Lewisham, you know, he's got a bench and he's not afraid to use it. Anything for another turn of stalling. We re-roll that as well. Okay, I'm not sure about that one, so. But apparently he really wants to tie down Mommy Murder. And try and remove the piece. Although it's still armor 10 plus, so it is a bit of a pipe dream, but respect to Kazrak for trying. I don't think the coach will be happy that they forced a re-roll out though. Anyway, here comes the boys. They will try and get at least something on the ball this turn. And force a 3+ check. And can somebody stand here? Not even really, because... oh, it's doable. The problem is them blitzing into the end zone. And a red die blitz will probably do it. So even if you manage to wrangle the guard into these squares with a feat of dodging, Cargo will probably... oh, he doesn't have any defensive skills. I mean, it doesn't matter either way, I suppose. I think the red die is a bit too good with a reroll. So we'll just slam someone in here, hope for the best. Who knows? Maybe we even try and... are we going to... oh, I see it. We're going to chain push them to score a turn early, maybe. Never mind. Tell a lie. More pushes. And Martin Cool has a think here. I think they might be getting a little bit tired of all this pushing, because he did sit on that for a second. Considering a tempo reroll. But there's no reroll in the end. There's also too much bench, I think. That's the problem. Even if you get a pipe dream death, it doesn't actually change the equation. Anyway, we get our free mighty blow here. Lewisham being very generous here. And I think this isn't 2 dice, is it? Mine is, no, it is. Yep, 2 die hit. 2 dice hits, no less. Now a cheeky 1 die. But first off, get a nice view of the rear end there, and down goes in on the stun. That blitz made it easier to score potentially. And a 1 die skull. And we don't let it ride. We need damage. Get me killed goats. Close. We did go for the throat. We got a head injury out of him. And there's no AFO, so that's 1 gone. First stuck casualty of the game. It's on a head injury. Head injury. But I think Lewisham will be happy. They got off pretty lightly, all things considered. If all they take is a head injury for a touchdown on turn 6, might be enough. Oh, we're throwing extra dice. We've got 2 rerolls. We may as well use them to try and fight. Armor 10 or plus will break at some point if we punch it long enough. So we're getting every block we can. And this one's a mighty blow hit. On a guard. Very strong hit situation. So 7 o'clock. We blitz with the ball. Daddy Cruel hits the dirt, and in we go. Gosh, 1-0. Big touchdown. Let's get behind the York, shall we? Barry comes back. Still got a one-man bench if we need it. Suspect we will. So far, so boaty. Safety Barry. Nice and deep. I'll admit, boating up when there's 3 turns left does feel a bit conservative. I probably would be starting to try and at least make it difficult to go around the sidelines. I might be wrong. There's a reason he's good. There's a reason Lewisham finished above me in the table. Probably the better coach. Anyway, who do we keep out? Got the backup dirty player, Hesty's bestie, potentially coming for Mommy Murder's job. But still quite strictly worse, so long as they don't have dirty player. Sorry, they don't have sneaky yet. Where's my voice gone? And it looks like, well, we've picked our side. We've picked our side. The throw is just a standard lodger. None of this movement 7 shenanigans that some people like to run with. This is good old-fashioned orking. We go at movement 5. And we've got our scoring threats, all 1, 2, and 3. And in comes Barry with a big kick. They'll want it deep. That is good and deep. And Lewisham gets a reroll for his trebles as well. So a pretty good situation here. The Orcs will have to throw through animosity, you'd suspect. And that is punching with a blitzer. So that is very good because we can fend. I'm a little bit surprised at that. I thought we'd be using all 6 squares on these pieces. I suppose we do have 3 turns, so it's not incredibly urgent. We seal the edge with a nice little block on the interior. Dubskull. No reroll. Fend doing the business. Getting pushed along the line. But eating activations, eating rerolls. It's a very good day for Protex so far. And they've gotten out of the Mighty Blow jungle as well. They might have to eat a Troll 3 die. They try Kazrak with it and push both down push. So, no dice. Finally, someone goes down. And we're thinking about a follow. We go for it. Another 3 on the armor. And this is a problem. The fend value, the standing up value, the blitz is very inefficient now. We do have to, I think we just have to throw this 1 and 9 and say, well, our dice suck and we throw this block. We do pick up the ball. Took all of the movement though. I suppose we do have 1 turn to play with, but... Ooh, we have to leave that. No blitz. And some very rough dice for the Orcs there. A big turn by Crotech Necrosis. A reroll eaten, 3 activations and an early turnover, all because of that 1 lineman. Excellent work. And they will stand up for more punishment, this time on the Troll. And the Troll might not activate if we're having to 2-turn on the Orcs, so it's a safe bet to stand up, I think. Worst case as well, you can fend to guarantee. Actually, no, we can push here. This follow might actually be quite useful in the end. And yeah, because we've gone with the 3 blitzes in the wide zone, we've picked our side. The Chaos can now react with impunity because there's only 2 turns left in the drive. In comes the guard. In comes the blitz. Not going with Barry. We've learned our lesson. We need a guaranteed blitz. That's what we need. And we do get a knockdown. 1 scoring threat out of the play. You can still walk around the side. I would probably stick a goat here, you know, just to cover that off, and then leave the other boys here in the middle. So far, it's looking like Ingrid or bust if we want to make it 1-1. Run up and throw. Ooh, we don't go for it. We just sit in the middle, try and safety. And this is a very useful punch. Does it come down to the troll here? I think it might be worth a cheeky vomit on the troll, as we discovered this morning. So that if you vomit as the troll, you very rarely down yourself, because you have to roll an 11 or a 12 on the armor check on yourself. So vomiting is essentially free. It's a lot more free than blocking, a lot less riskier. A lot less risky, I should say. We threaten with tackle. Though I doubt the Orcs are going for a stall today. But Lewisham is also, you know, this is a 2-0 threat, which might kill the game outright. So it becomes a bit of a scary pass, and that is a no, it's not a reroll skill. What am I on about? We'll stun a guy. And we'll knock down another, at least. Big and blocker's going to work. And he gets out of the way of Ingrid. And Ingrid now has a clear lane through to the secondary. But it is a Minotaur with block in the secondary. So you have to be a little bit nervous. More breaks. The hot pink is getting to work. And yeah, I think I'd probably vomit here just to see what happens. Although this threat of tackle means you might have to consider your throw earlier than you'd like. And we've only got one reroll. It has to be probably because we're throwing on a 3+. Probably a rush and then a quick pass to Bjorn. Well, we run away. We've got a scoring threat that we can't really afford to blitz with the Minotaur. Because if wild animal triggers, then it's a very open line. Up comes the ball. We mark the tackle with the ball. I'd love to see what happens next. I suppose Bjorn's coming back to blitz it. And we're hoping for a break. Thank you. Yeah, 2% downside. Correct. That's very safe compared to a 2-die block. 10 times safer, in fact. No break. So the tackle was in the game for a sack. Should Lewisham fancy rolling the dice. And with 3 rerolls to spare, a 3-2-2 into a 2 dice on the ball feels incredibly doable. Troll will block and gets his reward. The Fen guy does go down. And all stunned. Only a stun. Rotek might have burnt too bright, but no, he stays on the pitch. And the Orcs are orking. Gotta be said. I do think there's an argument that because Martin Krull's so developed for a fresh division, and his games have been so easy because he just has so much more guard and block and strength than everybody else, and he can kind of do what he wants. I do suspect he might have lost some of his edge, but we'll find out as the playoffs go on. You know, it's still a very strong team. The 14-game Orcs. Now, Mommy Murder kind of has to come over and put the boot in on this tackle. I say that as they do the exact opposite. Downside of not casting a stunty game is that I don't know what the coach's plan is. We have to let that one go. 1 die skull, very annoying. And it will free us up a lap. Although this lap can't get very far. Okay. Oh, if we knock down and go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we can't get too far with it. Anyway, the big time play is Nagrak. If we want to go for 2-0. If we really want to be safe, we blitz with Gurigor and take a rush to hit Ingrid and knock Ingrid over to secure a 1-0. Oh, first break without claw. And just a stun again. Used all the juice to get through the armor plate. Had nothing left for the damage. And Lewisham will have a think as to where they want to go with this. Because there's multiple lines. And yeah, they take the safest possible line on table and get it. So we're guaranteed 1-0. Whatever happens, it'll be 1-0. Oh, great. Another stun. It's going to be an interesting reading seeing the blocks. And Barry Not happy with the way things are going. So 1. And then we take our 2 no problem. We get our second one. And there's a lot of blocking. Right, Michaels, he called for blood and blocking. And you're getting what you asked for. Because both coaches are giving it all. Giving it all the beans in terms of bashing. Doesn't even stand Nagrak up. No threat of a 2-0, unfortunately. And the Orcs will now knock anything over that they can before going into the tunnel. Starting with that guy. Another stun. 0 blood, just yawn. I will admit, it's been pretty bloodless so far. It's all been light concussions. And a knockout. Finally, something happening. I will admit the crowd's probably getting a bit tired. A bit bored. Now, where's the foul? Well, first off, we're going to get a blitz. I suspect we will re-roll this blitz, considering it's our last block of the drive. And we do get a knockdown. Mighty Blow will eventually do something against these guys. You just have to believe. It's a measure of faith. This time it's not to be. And now we will probably... Well... We can get another assist here with the troll. Some of the time, and then we get a nice little 3 assist foul on the level 3 chosen blocker, which we take all day long. Away they go. Big time play now for Mommy Murder. Big time rush. You'd like to think they make it, because it is for a foul after all. And the strength too has not really been a problem. I mean, they did get knocked over because of it just now, but Barry's certainly not going after them with the claw. Makes the rush, brings the boot, in they go, and another knockout. There is a keg though, so these guys are probably turning up next drive. But you do what you can, and get what you must. 1-0 to the Chaos. One of them comes back. I don't know if that was the guard one. It was. Blocked by Stacey. And they will once again defend. Let's get behind the Orcs here, who need to score at some point in the next 8 turns. Lewisham will have a bit of a thing. Maybe they've gone for a drink or something. Okay. Just wondering whether he's probably wondering whether there's any. Here's a world where you switch these two if you're really min-maxing, but I suspect this piece is getting blitz. So I suspect Lewisham thought it doesn't matter either way. I guess maybe they blitzed the tackle. Not sure. Is this plus 1 on the injury? So this doesn't matter. The odds of getting off the pitch are exactly the same. It's just a permanent damage once you've been injured. That is the problem. Anyway, in comes the kick. Barry had a good one last time. We'll see how far he gets this time. $14 Orcs still to get through. Demoralizing. And a blitz. And a shallow kick in the games, and maybe something will happen now. You never know. Barry's going to be winding up for a big time blitz here, surely. Strength 5 in there. Bosh. The smart thing is obviously to punch Liz and Peter down. And we've only got 4 pieces. We min-rolled the blitz. So maybe Barry doesn't even get activated. We will get a screen and a piece under the ball. I assume it's going to be the guard goat. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe not. Maybe it has to be the guard. No, it has. Whoa. What's going on here? So this guard stands here, and then we blitz with the mighty blow from this square. And we're hoping for a push. And then after that we stand the guard on the ball. And that'll be the turn. Alternatively, we go with the Minotaur. And throw some GFIs. No, never mind. We're going to do a secret third thing. Oh, actually no, we're going to do it this way. We're getting our own way for getting on the ball now. We're still going to throw a rush. Anyway, Barry's in. Gets his warm up. And can't bring him down. Barry's getting nervous under the bright lights. You'd expect that. Brand new player, rookie year. Lots of pressure on him. He was doing it in the league, but he's struggling in the playoffs so far. We get the catch though. Melky the Mountain, a natural 6. And Martin Krul's been absolutely done here. Probably the worst kick to get a blitz for, because there's no realistic way to defend against that. Unless you literally put pieces out here, which you don't do against a Minotaur, so I think it's just a bit unlucky. And still, Kazrak is not to be turned away. Another punch taken. We follow on the blitzer. That's a bit scary. I think we need all the movement we can get our hands on. And the movement 6 guy getting stuck on Kazrak blunder could be a problem. But I suppose if we get the ball back, then he's in a very strong position. So swings and roundabouts, I guess. Anyway, the thrower can help out. And the nice thing is it's a movement 5 chosen blocker, so we can go pretty hard in terms of committing and jamming ourselves in front of it. One, two, three, four. Downside, we can't really get anyone out here. I think the troll was supposed to go and stand out here and get between these 4 and these 5, but yeah, that will now be delegated to a blitzer. And this opens some... This is a bit scary. We might be in Champish territory here. Although I think this is actually... No, you know, we've got a 2 dice on Barry here because of the extra guard. So it's actually we're actually doing pretty hot. Milan staying on their feet. Sorry, not Milan. Liz and Peter staying on their feet against Barry was really big, because now Barry probably goes over. And I just think we needed Ingrid to stand here. If we had our time again. Oh, another break. Barry hits the... Not Barry. A younger Barry hits the deck. And now Liz and Peter, the main event, can they get the big break to save the drive for the Orcs? Mighty blow? No. Barry will be back. But the downside of the Minotaur, you will probably have to blitz from. We're going for the big time foul. We get the break. Mommy Murder with a clutch foul and a clutch stun. Barry will not be back, at least for another turn. And it's more pieces between the bulk of the team and the blitzing pieces. Half the team caught flat-footed. And yep, here comes the safety, comes up. Fail the rush. I suspect we need the reroll here. We do get it. And get in front. Fireball is turned down. The bolt is turned down. No zap. Could have zapped one of them. Because then he can blitz the other and keep charging downfield for a 2-0. And kill the game there and then. But Lewisham declines the option. Is happy with it as it is. Maybe they've seen something, but with these 2 pieces down, I don't think there's much chain push potential anymore. Position is a little bit too open. Best we can do now is get a 2-die block to free up Gurugor. And the blitz might actually be here. And we cut down, we block this one down, we blitz over here. Nope, we're going with the ball. Get a natural power on the blodger with a follow and a break. Big time player. KO. Melky the Mountain just wants to win the game. They've had enough. Power Rappo to keep the thrower around, but there might not be they might have scored before the thrower can get up again. Big break. Double rush is good. And Rolf can walk away as well on a 3+ and put the Orcs in all sorts of trouble. Agility Chaos. They haven't even got the extra arms yet. Big time play. MVP play here, Melky the Mountain. Some would say living in Barry's shadow, but not today. We can actually, yeah, we make this 3+. We've still got 3 rerolls for the Chaos. We will use it to mark. This is definitely an error, unfortunately, for Lewis. Oh, actually, I say that. This piece is not surviving a block, so fair enough. I do wonder why this square wasn't good enough. I suppose Lewisham might tell us after the game. Because in my mind, it's the same. It does the same thing. But we'll see. And a fadeaway red die against the Black Orc. And it's... Although now he's wondering, God, did I really mean to throw that? Because I don't know. It's a freed up Black Orc. We kind of have to follow. And it will be freed up anyway, most likely. Yeah, it will be freed up most likely, yeah. Because we can punch this. Oh. Big overlook there, I think. Maybe it won't be too critical, but it gives them a free blitzer activation. Lots of room for error here. I think both coaches have a lot to do in the VOD review before next week. But we've managed to get a play on the ball thanks to that misplay at the end there. And fair play to Martin Krul. He instantly saw it and instantly took advantage of it. And now he's got outs to stay in this. Lots of 2 blitzers available, 3 blitzers available. We can get a nice clean 2-die hit with only a couple of rushes. Hard part will be getting back to score from here. Troll is on strike, apparently. Bit annoyed that the ball hasn't come back to them and isn't going to play until it does. And yeah, here come back the boys. First rush is good. Got another one of those at least. Why did they make these guys move at 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get the Black Orc here. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So no, we can't really, because if the Black Orc comes in, the Black Orc can blitz it though with just 2 rushes. I think that has to be what we do. And then we try and pick up. It doesn't blitz with the Black Orc. We're gonna just mark and then go in. More dice, apparently. Well, it is Blood Bowl. We are here to roll dice. So, can't blame Martin Krul for that one if he wants to roll some dice. Anyway, 3. No worries, we got a 6. And a knockdown. Melky's charge to the end zone is over. The pipe dream. He needed one more very lucky streak. And his luck was out, unfortunately. He used it all up to try and get through the thrower. And we do eventually catch it on a 4+. So... Orcs have covered the blitz off pretty handily, I would say. What else can the Chaos get down here? We can just keep rolling 3+, and we do have 2 rerolls, so that might be what Lewisham tries to do. If he takes enough time out of the game, if he can drop the ball again, you know, stand this up, blitz this, another sack. Thrower's still out of the game for another turn or 2. Can't blitz without a dodge on the big one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yes, no, you're right. Yeah. Oh, someone's there to keep me in check. Also, hi, Yo. I don't think I saw you this morning, so welcome. We've got some G-Man Fresh on G-Man Fresh action in the play-in round. Winner of this plays. What did they play? I can't remember now. I saw this the other day. Oh, Mommy Murder's gone. A roll away attempt. Trying to free up for a foul. And the star player's out. Sad times. I think that might be the first removal the Orcs have suffered. Indeed, I think I know it is. Oh no, there was the Apo. There was an Apo used. But other than that. Gonna stand everybody up. And we've wrapped this one up nice and tight. Rolf is not getting into this play. But no, Krotek is. Old Krotek with Fend. We can at least mark. Don't know if that does enough, unfortunately. We are just going to fight. And knock over another blitzer with Mighty Blow. And that's all. We'll see now. He might just blitz Barry to get Barry back in the action. And then start, say, like, oh, we'll start the drive like this. Marks the troll. And yeah, that's what we do. We get Barry back in. Get him fighting. Try and get Claw to do something. There we go. Just a stun this time. Actually rolled a 10, so Claw didn't do anything, but get the big guy back on his feet. And now, just like last drive, we can just go left pretty easily. I think Melky does have to make this dodge. Either that or we take a 3-2-2. Right, we can double mark the ball. Oh, we pass turn. That might be a misclick. Well, Melky's had enough. He's gone for a nap. He's like, I tried my best. You guys win it from here. I'll just stay down. And Protect signed up for a Mighty Blow punch here. And a punch on the... God, these guys are real masochists, these beastmen. They just love getting beaten up. You know, claws, orc fists, they just live for it. They live for the game. Both downs. Both downs. Barry will be unmarked next turn. But unfortunately the ball is unmarked this turn, so it will most likely go and stand outside of Barry's radius. And the Orcs will go again. Only turn 11. Still got some time to work with. And this Troll and this Black Orc are dominating the line of scrimmage, has to be said. I think Necrosis maybe has like a bolder sort of thing where he doesn't feel pain. Because he's basing up and like taking every block, but he doesn't seem to stay down for very long. And so he is doing his job of tying up a level 3 Black Orc. Pretty well, one might add. Tough choice now. Oh, it's not that tough, now that I say it. We can cage here pretty safely, but it will get crashed by a Minotaur. Or we can run over to here and screen it, and we'll be safe guaranteed. So I suspect that's what we'll do. I'd stand one here, 100%. Yeah, I think that's what. And then the Troll, we don't even block, we just turn him on. So that his tackle zones work again. And we're into the bank. Martin Krul ticks under 4 minutes left in the time bank. Neither of these coaches dealing with any sort of input lag. And the Troll blitz to end the turn. Oh, you don't see that every day. And it breaks. Big time play from the Troll. Gets a knockout, no less. And the Orcs are running it back. Okay, Daddy Cruel saves the screen. And this gives us a 2-die block. Gargoyle of Steel also hits the turf. And the lizard, I'm about to say the lizards. The Beastmen are running out of defense. Barry's got to make a big time play here. Crash the cage and get himself involved on the ball. Thrower. Makes it. So the Blodger's back. No wizard. No wizard, just pure Barry action here, I think. Although the rushes are very scary on your lane. And Linen. How many positionals have died? Linen, none yet. It's been incredibly pacifist. And I will admit, I think both coaches will need to up their game if they're going to play against you in the next round. It's been a lot of extra blocks. A lot of interesting choices that I don't think I would have done. Not to say that I'm the be-all and end-all of Blood Bowl. But there has been some instances where I've been scratching my head. And we're now down to Minotaur blitzing. And this is kind of what got Lewisham to second place. Where the Minotaur just never seems to fail. And I admit he's normally been a bit more lethal. And maybe that'll change now. In he comes. Oh, we didn't want that. We actually wanted an extra punch here to get closer to the ball. But we make the rush anyway. Well, we were going to always roll the rush, but you know what I mean. Barry's involved. We've got strength 5 right in front. Unfortunately, we have a lot of friends who can come back and help out. Regardless of how suicidal these goats are. I mean, if they're all suicidal, then the Troll is stuck. And we're going to mark here. You see what I mean? Like, these These guys are marking up. They see a Mighty Blow Orc, they say, come on, give me your best shot. And so far the Orcs have come up empty. All marking all the time. I mean, this does make sense. Kind of. There's no free assist. There's no one who can now come back to help out against the Minotaur. We just have to walk away on a 3+. Personally, I think I would... I don't think this is the killer play that it is. I think he will just make the 3+ 90% of the time. But we have to see a zap soon. A zap or a ball. The wizard is still being saved. And the longer it goes, the more devastating it could be. We do finally get punished for giving out 3 Mighty Blow punches, and down goes the goat. Stand up there to get a 2-die hit. Another 2-die hit with Mighty Blow. And I think the longer this goes on, the better it gets for the Orcs. I mean, that's not the... I say that like it's a clever insight. It's just obvious. It all comes down to... It might all come down to the wizard, like a last-minute fireball on turn 15 to doom it all, or a last-minute zap. How does zap work again? Roll greater than the strength. Equal to or greater than. So yeah, we're going to zap for a 3+ on the ball carrier. How much movement does the frog have, chat? Do we know? The best wizard is the one you never have to use. That is so true. Imagine he zaps, thinking it's the old lightning bolt, and then the frog just walks in. Just oh wait, the frog has no hands, I guess. Anyway, we're mentally preparing ourselves to make this 3+ dodge. Still got 4.5 minutes, 3 minutes to mentally prepare ourselves for 5 movement. God, that's a quick frog. On those little legs, it's quicker than a bloater. That's wild. Anyway, we're doing all the other dice first. Troll block first. God, we really are procrastinating. We're too scared. Too scared of rolling a 2 and then another 2. I think eventually Ingrid has to give it a go. Oh, we rolled a 2. But not the other 2. There goes the 6. Barry's been evaded and he's been marked by Bjorn. And we're not going to be able to get Barry back. So Barry will now just probably have to make his 4+ dodge. Whether that works, I have no idea. Green Elf's boo. How dare he roll a 3+. Here comes the ball. Oh, it's a serious injury. Start of turn fireball. Ball is still okay, but it's a seriously injured blitzer. They do get an M&G clear, so serious injury is no injury. In case Linen was getting excited, had to keep him in check. And we open with a Dove Skull block, and this might look weird. I was about to say because we're going to free somebody up, but now we are just throwing vanity blocks before hitting the ball. Fair enough, I suppose. We are chaos after all. We would have, we're not order, we're not sensible, we're chaos. Anyway, here comes the long-awaited blitz. It's that man again, Krotek, and he comes up with the goods. A cheeky 5+. Oh, and a break. And a KO. Oh, it's really looking bad now for the Orcs. That 1800 team value don't get you far if you can't score with it. And, oh, we're down to Black Orc Ball. Solveig's got to be the hero. They've got 4 turns to do it, and a reroll to pick it up, but they need to get their hands on the rock. Michaels is doing his full Waldorf impression in the chat. Never seen a positive word out of this man's mouth, at least for the last hour. Gosh. What's the push? And then another push. Barry's just toying on his food at this point, because he thinks the game's over. I expect we might see one final fadeaway here. No, we're too scared of the blodger. That's understandable. We've got tackle on the blodge guy. Let's not get fancy. Alright, just a moment. And unfortunately, it does have to be a blitz from Solveig without block, which is quite scary. But it does save us a 4+ dodge if we get the knockdown. So we do have to do it that way, I'm afraid. Again, Martin Krul, a bit like me, he's a big believer in the, if you emotionally prepare yourself for the important thing you have to do, it's more likely to succeed, and when it fails, you feel better about yourself. Very, very firm believer in that. So we'll see if there's anything we can slightly optimize. I suspect all we can really do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into blitz, pick up and run. And I'm looking around and I can't see much else, because this is a blocker. We don't want to take an extra 4+ dodge. Yeah, no, I agree, Lennon. Barry and the lads is just Barry and some boys. Go Barry. He's not had a very good drive. They got a blitz on the, so the kick was here, Lennon, and they blitzed it, but they only got 4 pieces. And for a moment, it looked like the Orcs had it. But where is he? Is he off the pitch now? It's this guy here, Melky. Caught the ball off the kick. He had 2 pieces in front of him. He blitzed the blodge. He blitzed this blodge piece, natural 6, into a knockout that could power upode. Walks away, breaks downfield, 2 rushes, no reroll, and drops. They eventually bring him down, but he got to about here, and for a moment it looked like 2-0. And Daddy Cruel does not make the pickup. No reroll used yet. We're going to try and save that point this time. We've got 2 Blackhawks in the neighbourhood, but that's the hard part. Isn't keeping the ball safe. The hard part is trying to score on it. And Karga's going to make it back this turn, whatever happens. So it's going to be 2 Blackhawks versus potentially 4 Goats, assuming this dodge happens. It could get very difficult. And very controversially, so Melky was sacked, but the turn after that, it was Melky, 3 blitzers, one of them with the ball. And Melky decided to pass turn and take a nap. Wasn't stunned, just didn't fancy activating. And so the Orcs could then run away with the ball. But he seems to have been vindicated by the wizard working. Oh, a big break. I said it was a 2v4, it's now a 1v4. Daddy Cruel's got to come up with something big here. We're talking 5+ pickup, 4+ dodge. Big moves. And do we brave the scatter? I suspect what Lursham will do is he'll stand here and then stand here maybe, and just try and get as many assists as he can. Or he'll mark. I mean, there's no line to scatter the ball here. I don't think we're gonna have to blitz with Liz and Peter. The Orcs are kind of running out of boys. And 3 removals this drive. Barry's got one of the blitzers pinned in the backfield. Tackle's doing a thing. And what was a very fearsome team on paper has kind of just disappeared. Everyone looking at each other, all the Orcs looking at each other. Who's going to make the play? Who's going to bail us out? And I think both teams have struggled under the lights here of the playoffs. You know, you've got legendary coaches like Michael's in the chat, scouts, prospects, the media. And I think they both fluffed their lines a bit. Beastman had enough to get it done. And in comes the play. We do get our scatter with a knockdown, so it isn't over quite yet. We're hoping for some magnet hand. We get a break. Nice consolation prize. Oh, and that's not a good scatter, unfortunately. It's because it's turn 14. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can still get there. But we're eating a Horns blitz no matter what we do. And now we're evaluating. Yeah, we go for the block instead. We try and get another break. Don't. And now that looks a bit silly. But if it... I understand the idea behind it. Because the 4+ is probably not going to work. And we can still, in theory, save it for next turn. I think the problem is that Martin didn't look at the rest of the pitch. when he made that call. Because he's got an extra Chaos Warrior who can come in, and it gets really unfavourable now. So, and also the troll not activating. I think if you do this line, you have to try and make the risky troll activation, because you just need a big time play to mark up these two pieces if you're going to do this line. And unfortunately we didn't get to the troll activation, so it could be a bit difficult. But no magnet hands this time then. We'll continue pushing these orcs around. And I did not predict this. When you look at how much guard this orc team has compared to what the chaos can bring, it's Chaos Warriors are just absolutely mauling them. Despite the masochistic and suicidal tendencies of some of these beastmen blockers. Oh, that's a dub skull. There goes the last reroll, but it does get us a POW. So yeah, we really are in desperation territory now for the orcs. We're looking at like a get up and handoff situation, which is never great. Because Karga just has to stand up. We're going to go for the pickup and we get it. And we get out of dodge. Do we punt to secure the game? We don't have a reroll for that punt. And no, we're happy to mark. I think that's it. I can safely say that that is it. The orcs are all on the floor apart from one player and a troll that's untethered. And unfortunately, one blitz later, the pink fluffy unicorns are out. First time of us. A desperation play. Maybe it isn't over. Liz and Peter get a nice POW, but we need so much more. We need a scoring threat is what we really need. And we do finally injure this goat. This goat has taken about 10 blocks this game. And it is a serious injury. But they will be back, as I said, they get an MNG clear. And now we need a scoring threat. Daddy Crawl needs to break down field. But we're going to try and pick up the ball first. Or no. Oh, now we're in so much trouble. It's a 4+ for the match. For Lewisham. And we don't do it. We take the punch. That is GG. Pretty sure it's GG. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, it's not GG. Not quite. It's not mathematically over. Oh, we even take a cheeky rush. Not quite sure what that does, but maybe it's just enough. And we will now see. It's a nice removal. And they're kind of wrapped up, these boys. We take the extra rush. Now, this is good because you think you're taking dice off the table, but it might just make the handoff, like you're going to roll these GFIs anyway to hand off to him. So I think it's a net neutral. Either way, you'd have to roll the dice at some point. This turn or the turn after. And we stand up. Oh, we dodge off! We dodge off the Minotaur! Okay, I guess we're going to try and bait Barry into blitzing, and then if he rolls a wild animal... Okay, that instead will free us up a Chaos Warrior. Although with the 2 guard, they were going to free him up anyway, when you look at it. So I don't think it mattered too much either way. And tackle, the only tackle on the team going, if Lennon plays these guys, it's 1 naked tackle against like 4, 5, 6 skinks. Lizards will be very happy looking at this scoreline. And in comes Barry. He doesn't roll a 1. In fact, he rolls a 5 and a 6 there. Down goes the Orc boss again. And now, if we want to make our passing play, we've got to dodge around a Minotaur, pick up under like 4 tackle zones, and throw to Solveig, who then has to catch the ball, which is no mean feat as itself if you're a big Orc. And the lizard emotes are out in the chat. Down goes Milan, a terrible game for Milan. All these orcs, man. Very frustrated. And we even get a 1-die POW on the troll for good measure. Because this lets us, I think, get an extra goat onto the ball. We can even pick up. We don't have a reroll. Do we even pick up here? I don't think we do. Just because there's a weird way where it scatters here, then here, then here. That somehow we don't win the game if we try and pick up and it fails. All right. No, we don't You don't take it. Well, time to reach in to 3 tackle zones and play some elf ball with a black. Can the thrower do anything? Nope, he's down. Can the blitzer do anything? In theory, yes. Can he do much? No. It's a lot of 6s either way. I don't think there's a way to make them not 6s either. Because this blitz does not do anything. It's a red die for a rescatter. It's like a 4-3-2 red die. Do something. Oh, and that kind of just sums up the game there for the Orcs. GG. It is over. Barry and the lads, after a 3-0 drubbing of the Bristol Bangers, their divisional title was stolen by FFC Porto Balestrate in a game that they couldn't control. And so they go into playoffs and roundly beaten once again these Orcs. A goodbye KO for Barry to pad his stats, like any good star player, padding the stats at the end of the game to make themselves look good. We're even going to throw a cheeky vanity pass, I reckon. Oh no, we're going for the score. We've got the handoff to Melky, and he might well do it. He took a nap earlier, but he's not napping now. He's actually going to try and score, and he gets it. 2-0. Polish on the finish. Bang. 2-0 to Barry and the lads. Martin Krul, commiserations, my friend. You are out of playoffs. I think both coaches have a lot to look at in that game. I think that's a fair comment to say. But yeah, rough blitz. I think it was the worst possible kickoff to get blitzed on, and I don't think there was too much you could have done about the blitz, unfortunately. But yep, GG's. Just about caught this in time. I'm glad. I will now get on and enjoy my evening. But thanks for stopping by, everybody. Congratulations to Lewisham. Commiserations again to Martin Krul. But hey, it's only a dice game. Let's hear the Barry slander. Well, I just think he's a real stat padding little nuisance. Could almost cost you the first drive when he blitzed into a Black Orc, couldn't knock him down, got stuck on a frenzy trap and fouled 3 times. If it's a Just World, he was killed in one of those like 4 fouls he got put on. And instead he got to score because he was so busy trying to kill him that he gave you the entire length of the pitch to work with. And in the second half, yeah, he was kind of useful in the second half. I'll give him that. He was kind of useful. He wasn't killed. He was MNG'd. Such a drama queen. I swear he was MNG'd. Or was he seriously here? He wasn't stat busted. I'm pretty sure he wasn't stat busted. Maybe I've already forgotten the game. Anyway, look, Lewisham, you'll play against Lennon, and some of those choices will be punished so much harder against Lennon. So it doesn't really matter what I think about Barry because he's not making it out of the next round. And on that note, I'm the Stephen A. Smith for Barry, put it that way. Right. Good night, everybody. Have a good evening. I'll see you next time.